Yo, 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 what's up, amigos? Hope all is well. Gonna talk about CAPR. Today I had a first interesting day. Apparently, I traded so many shares on CAPR that the entries won't load up. Ignore this is not relevant. So, yeah, the other tickers load up, but CAPR doesn't load up. So, I'm gonna recap what happened today. I want to recap because uh, by the way, you guys are gonna probably. So, today, this is what this is gonna be about. If you want to stay till the end to watch it. And a lot of times I make a video nowadays, it's probably going to be about me taking a loss and or me doing really well and then really bad. And the reason for that is because I'm reflecting on my trades. I want to see what I can do better. And if things are good, there's I do recap, but there's no need for me to go over stuff. So the guys, if you guys would know that I was longing it all day. My first entries were 460s. So I'm recapping what happened here. Okay, um, quickly going over. Okay, how do we start? So it didn't have overhead. The float on it was, I can't remember on top of my head, but I think it was either, I think it was 11 million, 11 million or 8 million. My thought process was there's float rotation, doesn't have overhead, and then it trapped people down here and it was reclaiming. I think I went long at 460s. I went at 460s. My risk was, my personal risk was 440s, but I just wanted to give it a bit of room, go down. I sold into this, added into this, and I kept doing that. Sold all the way here. Made quite a bit of money. I think it was probably 40R or something. I was trying my best to add size into the long because I'm not used to it. We'll go over. So, spoiler alert, I was up quite a bit, and then here, um, I got overly confident, and I was just adding a lot. Like I probably used more size than I ever had in the past because I thought I had a lot of conviction, a lot of a high probability trade, and we'll go over that where that's a mistake and just to recap for myself. So a lot of the guys asked us like, okay, why were you long? Blah blah blah. So long here, float rotation, no overhead, shorts hurting. Mm, so buy the dips. Sold here, bought here, bought here. Sold along the way. It held the trend line. Okay, so what could I done better? Because I don't have my entries, it's hard to tell. But what I should have done is I should have drawn a trend line. One of my friends uses a regression line, so this is the first time I'm trying it. We'll see what the heck this is like. What the heck is this? Anyway, I don't know what this is. So one thing I could have done better in terms of performance is I should have drawn a trend line. I probably would have bought a lot more. I should have been uncomfortable size here, here, here. And I shouldn't have even sold 11, 12, 12.30. This I wanted to buy. I wanted to buy here. I sold into the 9. I think I bought it again here. Bought it. No, I bought 720s, 740s. Yeah, I bought here and I guess I sold into that. So one thing I could have done better is I should have drawn it. I drew this trend line later on. I should have drawn that way earlier. So how would the trend line have looked? So in the morning, I should have drawn something like this. We're trying not to be hindsight gurus. So this is what the trend line would have looked like, potentially. Or could have been like this. I don't know. But definitely, if I had done something like that, I'm trying to see the bigger time frames. I don't know if anybody's really good with trend lines. Let me know. I feel like I could have. Yeah, it's not good. But I think that's the one way that I always get myself to acknowledge that I need to go long, heavier size. So so I did really well. In here, honestly, I say 40R, but it's like realistically, it's like 40-50R because I went long in my other account as well. Did I? Let me actually see. Oh shoot. I could show you guys in this account. Let me see. Yeah. I don't know what I want to show, what I can't show. Okay. I'm not gonna risk it, so I'll just show this. Ooh. Okay. So I was long in two different accounts. In here, in my other account, I was long 460s. In this account is my account that I attach a trailing stop to this. So in here, I sold into the pops. Didn't hit the trail stop, but I took a profit. And I shouldn't have. In hindsight, I should have just let the trail stop work or add. So I wanted to long here as well just because I knew this was going to go really far. Like it was probably going to, I thought it was going to go to 8 to 10. I said 9 to 10, but 8 to 10, something like that. Wasn't, I thought it would go parabolic, and I have a bad habit of taking the profit. So I'm glad I did this. I should do this more often. I sold most of it here, and then I longed it here, it seems like. Yeah, longed it here. And then my risk was off of here or off this. And then I went net short and I quickly covered for a little bit. And then I covered a large portion of it here. So I'm swinging a very small amount. So what's happening here? Okay. So CAPR, potentially they're going to do an offering. Nobody really knows, but based on my experience, based on a little bit of fundamental, there's a chance that there could be an offering. Don't short it just because you heard from here. And then, because this could go to 20, 30, nobody knows. But there's a possibility they could do an offering. They're low in cash, and thankfully, Ricky Analog caught that they also did an warrant exchange in March, which I overlooked. So, but I still think the odds are that they're going to do an offering. So, what I did good here is I sold into that. I was sold a bit too much, a bit too early, blah blah blah. But 11, 12, I should have sized up here because I know this is not the time. This is the time the shorts get trapped. This is a secondary trap. This should have been a long versus VWAP or versus like a 572. And then once it goes higher, buy here, risk versus that. Should have been easy, easy. So we got better here. And then what I did here is here and here, I added a lot of size. Yeah, it went up here. I added uncomfortable size. I would, because I had so much size, I would sell a little, and then I didn't want to use a hard stop. Okay, so these, now we're talking about my problems, and you guys are gonna be my psychologists, or I'm gonna be a bit paranoid and be worried. You guys are gonna judge me, but you know what? The hell with you guys. Um, I don't mean that in a rude way. So the problem here was, I think I longed here, and then I longed, as it reclaimed this, I longed a lot, which I don't regret. I do not regret. Sold here. And of course, when I longed this and I added on my original, oh, I trimmed some. Okay. So here, the risk was, I think, somewhere here. I trimmed it and then I re-added it here. I don't regret that. And in hindsight, yes, I should have sold here, but I longed this on the basis that we would get the high of the day test. So I didn't really want to scalp, but I did sell maybe 1/10. I had a lot of shares. And I don't know if you guys noticed that as well. Like, if you, maybe I need bigger hotkeys, but I have like 2, 3 levels of hotkeys, but sometimes when I press it a lot, the algo detects that, oh, there's too many sell orders coming in, so they just like, they push it down, they get ahead of it. So I don't know if that's just in my head, or if it's true. I think it is, it does have some merit. But so I didn't really sell. I was hoping at least, at least a 10 test or something, and then it washed. This made me uncomfortable. Okay, so when I longed here, my risk should have been this, but it was actually this, 836. And then I washed, I bought, I think I sold some here. And then here, I was definitely panicking. I was panicking here because I had uncomfortable size. Okay, so what do I do if I'm panicking? Too much size. In theory, I should have had a break-even stop. How come I didn't have a break-even stop? I think I did not have a break-even stop. I'm talking out loud, is because my average was bad. I believe. I believe I started up until here, and either this was like 1/10, but I think I had an average of 885 or something, 880, 890, and then I added here, so my average is probably, yeah, my average is 870. That's why I felt uncomfortable. Yeah, I'm just guessing, or estimating, because I know. So this was what the issue was. So at this point, yeah, this, I was in the money. I was in the money a lot. Like, if I looked at my P&L, I would have been like, what the frick? But I don't trade by P&L, and I was pushing the limits, and it washed here, and then it got south. And here, oh yeah, here, I went uncomfortable. Oh yeah, yeah. So this was interesting. I didn't trade that much, but okay. So going back here, I didn't have a break-even stop because I had too much size and it was below my average. But, and this was a type of stock that I felt like it would just, in my other account, it would stop me out and it would go, stop me out and it would go. I was trading in 3 different accounts, and it would just hit my stop and it would like bottom tick me. Yeah, in the other account it bottom ticked me and then it would reclaim, and that pissed me off. So sorry about that. I'll turn that off. No. Okay. And here's an interesting story. So it would go 840 and reclaim. It would go, it would reclaim. I got really mad. So, not mad, but it kept going in smaller time frame. Like sometimes I had too much size here, and even here I had too much size here too. And then I trimmed it. Here I was forced to trim it. Oh yeah, I trimmed it at 894. Yes, and that was a good exit. And it went above, and I was like, okay, if it goes below this, I think at my average, yeah, I trimmed it at 894, I think. This was after adding here, so whatever. So yeah, 894, trimmed it, and then it came here, and then it wouldn't push higher. And there was a seller there. And then right as it got to 880, it would go 850, 845, it would do this. 850 it would reclaim, push, reclaim, push, reclaim, push, reclaim. It got here and then I saw a buyer. And I just hit as much of the ask as I could. I was like, F this. It's me or the stock. And I think I took out everything from 865 to 880s, 880, 90s. I took all that. I didn't even know. I just kept pressing the hotkeys. And then I go way into the money. And at this point, I'm up from here to here. I'm up like 20 I'm telling myself to breathe, calm down. You know, we're gonna test. 890 is good. I should take some profit. I might have taken a very tiny, but I did want it to see a minimum 10 test. I was like, wait for 10. Don't be this. And then it washed. And long and behold, of course, I bottom ticked. I literally marketed out, and the dickheads, whatever, probably saw the order or something, and I think it stopped me out at 827, and the low was 823. So, yep, puked. I puked with it, and then I reclaimed. I tried not to get triggered, and then I shorted some after hours when I pushed into this 880s. Pushed, covered here, shorted, covered here. This is my day trade account where the trades are not here. So that's what this was. Tomorrow it was ETB, so it is possible that it could go above and it could squeeze. If it stays above, I think if it stays above 950, even I was thinking like 930 to 950, if it gets above that, could get problematic. But it'll also, I'm playing it as a offering play. And the worst part is offering play is almost like a guessing game. It's traded 200 million shares. This stock literally traded 160 million or more. What is that? 1.6 billion. It traded 1.6 billion dollars. So that's crazy. So I'm gonna keep an open mind on it tomorrow. I do have a swing short, very small size. I will either hedge it or I'll cut it, depending on whatever it does. I don't care. And yeah, that's the thing. Stay safe, amigos. Hopefully this is beneficial. Um, quick recap, I guess. Went long because of float rotation. Shorts were hurting. We buy every single dip and then it ripped. I was a few guys that were with me. They were long it as well. So, and didn't have a lot of overhead and etc. etc. So hope this was helpful. Click like and subscribe. Share with somebody if you think it would be beneficial to them. Take care. Bye.